Hello and hello again. I am Benestelle, your favorite gospel artist, and this is Benestelle Inspires, where we stay inspired. Well, talking about inspiration, this episode has been dragging for a whole year. We've been around the sun, and we're about to continue the story. But before I tell you the magnificent guest I have today, please go ahead and click on the subscribe button so you can keep seeing this beautiful face on the screen. We have a whole lot of stories of what the Lord is doing every week just for you. And while you do that, I will be right back.
Words that come from above, coming into your heart. God's own touch to your soul. Victories that stir up the flame. Jesus is here, the power is working here. Open your heart to Him, stay inspired.
Welcome back. Well, thank you so much for subscribing. And if you haven't, you're part of those that forgot what I just said. Well, go ahead and subscribe one more time. I would love to be on your screen every week, and I'm sure you will be inspired by the various stories and to see what the Lord is doing with His children with their gifts and talents as far and wide as they can be. Without further ado, I have with me the latest champion, the latest broker of the year, if we want to put it that way. None other than my wonderful guest, Carlton Benjamin. Welcome back, Carlton.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. I am very excited to have you back because this story has a continuation
Yes.
that I can see and that I witnessed unfolding. The last time you were here, you shared some amazing thoughts with us, from a cancer story where you won and you are still winning it, to, talking about life insurance. You gave us amazing insight from God's perspective on how life insurance is important in our lives. And
Yes.
no word of a joke, guys. If you don't have a life insurance right now, get a life insurance. It is important. It is godly. Do not even try to reason it. The Bible tells us that a righteous man leaves an inheritance for his children. This is one of the avenues. So make sure you look into it, and your man is right here.
Proverbs 13, verse 22.
There we go. You see, he came ready. So you know what, Carlton? Let's even get into it right now. Last year when you came, you told us about all these wonderful things. What has happened to you in the last 12 months?
You know what? A lot of things have happened. A lot of growth has taken place, not just, in my life, my daughter's life, but also in my business. And, I've gained some new clients.
Praise God.
I don't know if I want to share on here, but
I think I know some of them.
do you?
I think I do. Yeah.
Exactly. So, I'm super happy about that because, a lot of people saw that video, that interview, and it inspired them. Actually, I've had one person from Nigeria.
Okay.
Hello. She's connected with me on Instagram, and we've actually had a meeting.
Okay.
So, from that video, I've actually made connection now internationally. Of course, it's not business, but, somebody else was inspired by that video and felt the urge to connect. And, I've had some meetings with that person, some different communications back and forth. And you know what? It's just been a blessed relationship. So, that's actually something that happened from that last show.
Praise God. Well, I'm glad we were able to be a blessing to you as much as you were a blessing to us.
Yes.
It is Benestelle Inspires. The idea is to inspire, not just to inspire to listen or watch, but also to inspire to action.
Yes.
In the Christian community, we don't talk enough about these things. One of the things that we do talk about a lot is money. And that's because we're getting mad that the money is going a certain direction. And everybody's mad at it.
Yes.
So it's interesting because everybody's mad at it, but the money is still going in that direction,
That's true.
So I'm glad that you were able to show people that, the Lord has other avenues of blessing you with your money. And even more interesting is make your money work for you.
Correct.
While you're sleeping, while you're working, while you're enjoying life, your money is working for you. I had the opportunity to connect with you and see how you do this wonderful money business. You know, we all think we know about money
Yes.
until we meet a Carlton. And you realize, I don't know nothing about this whole thing.
Yes,
I just know how to spend it.
Yeah. That's true.
You know?
That's most people.
Well, that is most people, especially if you just do the spending part and the earning is a whole different person doing
Yes,
that for you.
yes,
You just,
yes.
oh, thank you. And then swipe that
Swipe,
card. And then if it
swipe.
doesn't work, your card is not working. You know?
Right.
So thank you for bringing that insight about life insurance. And you know what? Before we move further, if you can please give a very short recap, just in case some people didn't see the episode yet, or some are just joining us, the different things you do that benefit the body of
Yes.
Christ.
Honestly, you know, what I'm doing right now really is being a conduit of information, and the information that I provide is, you know, financial education on investments, insurance, you know, how families can, you know, also gather grants, you know, from the government to support educational funds for their kids. So anything investments, insurance, I'm working on. But in the last year, I've actually gone a step further, and I'm actually currently in school for my Master Financial Advisor Philanthropy
wow.
designation. Yes. I've started that a few months ago because I've been involved with a lot of top advisors that've been helping charities and the community raise funds for, you know, obviously community initiatives, things that are really impactful to the community. People have big compassions for different causes. I've been diving deep into that because I see where I can leave even a bigger legacy now. And that really means that I go into charities and I show them how they can optimize funding from those major donors that they have coming in. So, you know, how they can take 100,000 and turn it into $1 million.
Wow.
So there's a lot of ways to do that, and I was not exposed to it in my career before, but now I am. And so now charities, I've been having lots of conversations with different charities. Even when I was in Calgary, I met with Buds and Bloom, and we are looking forward to another meeting within a month from now. But
Wow.
amazing.
So the
Stuff
Lord
is
has
happening.
really been busy on your matter.
Yes,
And
yes.
for the record, this gentleman over here was in Calgary because he won an award. So I have a star. I know stars.
Yes.
For those of you that think that Benestelle Inspires is just a show, we got stars on our show. He won an award, and it's very, very inspiring because I tell people you can go into a job, a career, a path for the money. But when you go there because you have a passion and you want to help people,
Serve
it's
people,
just a matter of time before it starts showing up. You know, the Bible tells us, by their fruit you shall know them.
Yes.
And the fruit, as far as I'm concerned, of course, is the fruit of the Spirit, love, joy, you know, kindness, patience, long-suffering. But it's also the fruit that you see in the everyday life. They are successful people. It's biblical. It's people that have the results. You know, if you have a broker and all you know about your broker is lawsuit upon lawsuit and complaint about complaint, you need to change broker.
That's right.
You know. So other than that, you've expanded a lot. You've grown. How has all this reflected from a God perspective? But also, I'm very interested, maybe I'm being a bit of a nosy friend, but how has your health evolved? You've been winning this battle and you've been getting stronger. Where has the Lord taken you with this?
Well, you know, I think it does tie. I think the last time I was here, I did mention that I thought, you know, me being sick initially was sort of a wake-up call for me to, you know, get more involved in my community, leave a bigger legacy. And after that, things went away, and, you know, I'm still healthy. I'm still, you know, good every time I do my checkups every year. It's still always the same message, you know, Carlton, you're good to go. It's the end of the year. And this year, 2025, coming up will be my last time visiting the actual hospital. They tell me that I don't need to come back after that. But
congratulations.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. But I think the more I get into my community and start serving our people, and because I'm doing God's work, obviously, because you know, we know that God used other people as vessels to perform, you know, these blessings that people may pray for. So I'm fully convinced that I'm being used. I'm a vessel, and that's not a problem. A lot of times, I talk to, you know, my clients, and I said, they're like wondering, why do I care so much? Well, you know what? This is my passion. Like, I feel like I have a purpose, and that is to serve the Lord by making sure that, once you went on your knees and you prayed.
Yes.
And you asked God for this blessing. Here is the blessing. I am the blessing. I'm the person that's here to make a difference, right? And I think once we start looking at our lives like that, God's using us to fulfill something, I think a lot of people will be able to do a lot more.
Wow.
Really.
What you're saying is very powerful because in our time, one of the sentences that I find circulate a lot, I don't know if I agree with it fully, is, oh, nobody likes to be used. I don't want anybody to use me. Well, I get it. I believe there are contexts where that particular sentence applies. But at the end of the day, I feel if you look at life top to bottom, left to right, we are vessels. When God blessed Abraham, it wasn't about, oh, I'll bless you in cattle and you have servants and this and so you can go have a great life. He said, no, I have blessed you and made you a blessing. So what you're saying is, for me, I believe is the core of life. If I'm successful, I'm doing well, I have this going, oh, I need more clients, refer me, tell your family, tell your friends. And then you're just there taking. After a while, it doesn't matter whether we bring the clients or not, you're going to dry up. You're either going to crash because you're exhausted, because it's a self-centered gain. But when you decide that the Lord is using me, first of all, once you agree that God is using you, there's this excitement. Because, it can only be good. There's nothing wrong with God. It can never be, oh, it flopped. God got involved and then the whole boat sank. Jesus walked on the water. Forget the boat. He just walked on it. So I'm really grateful that you're bringing that up. And I want to know what you're doing in the community. Other than the charities and, of course, spreading the knowledge, what are the other wonderful things? You've been a fantastic blessing to me personally.
Yes. How so?
Listen.
Tell him. I'm kidding.
You've been a blessing in all ways. So, listen, I'm going to get into it.
No, hold on. Don't get into it.
I'm going to get into it.
I'm going to answer your question.
You brought it up, so I'm going to get into it. So, Carlton has been a blessing in many ways. One, you've referred to amazing people that we've had on this show that we would have never known were doing spectacular things for God. He's been putting his dough where he's talking. He's been supporting us as well as a partner who partnered with us, who sponsored us. And so while Carlton is here, this is your cue. You can sponsor Benestelle Inspires. You can be a part of it financially because we're going global. We're on major channels on major continents. We're in Africa, we're in the Caribbean, we're here in Canada, North America. And if you decide, you know what, I can't be on the show, I'm watching from New York, I can't come, but hey, girlfriend, here's the check. I want to support, go for it. We have many, many ways where you can be financially involved. And Carlton has been such a blessing doing that. And I'm so grateful. And listen, one of them was a surprise. We just woke up, it's like, oh, hold on a minute. Where's some money in our account? Our Carlton surprised us. It was a major blessing. And I feel that that's also part of being involved in the community. It's not just talking it, but it's also supporting and supporting with the word. I don't think I've ever had a conversation with you where it didn't remind me, oh, no, the Lord is in this situation. Sometimes it was, I don't think this makes sense. I don't want to do it. It's like, nope. I think the Lord wants you to do this. And I believe that it's important for every human on earth to have at least that one friend that can point you back to God. Even if you feel like, nope, I'm done with this, I'm not doing it. I've seen your miracles, I've seen your blessings, but you see this miracle? I don't even want it. Everybody needs that one friend that says, let's be crazy and still do it. The Lord is there. And you've done that. So I'm really interested to see how that spills into your community where you are.
Okay, so just to touch on that, so some things that I've done in the last year, I've been a part of a volunteer group for the city of Kitchener-Waterloo, and they basically put a team of professional Black men together and said, can you mentor some kids that are at risk? And just give them guidance, whether they want to talk about what can I be, should I go down entrepreneurial pathways or should I be looking for this type of job? Just having that real life conversation. And that was a really proud moment for me to be speaking to these kids, because I remember one episode of with these children, young men, I should say, forgive me. We took them golfing. And the first part of the program was to golf, and then the second part we have lunch and have real life education.
I like your program. When they mentored us, it took us to McDonald's.
And the city provides the golf course, and this program is going to continue, right?
I live in the wrong city.
Yes, and I remember having one particular day. I spoke to these kids, and they were so engaged. They were so engaged, and it feels so good, right? It feels so good, and I remember the other mentors were saying, "Man, like you should be doing this every day, because this is a gift." And then I got invited from that same session to speak to a larger group of kids at the University of Laurier, and so it's just been conversations of, hey, we need to get you to speak to this. And then lastly, I spoke to a group of entrepreneurs for the Liftoff. It's like a sort of an entrepreneurial incubator in Kitchener-Waterloo.
Okay.
They won nonprofit of the year last year in Kitchener-Waterloo by the city of Kitchener. So doing amazing things, and they have also invited us to speak to their entrepreneurs that's going through the program as well. That was the last public speaking that I've done. But I've been given a lot more, opportunities to project my voice. So what we say matters, and what we say have power to inspire.
Does.
All right.
Well, the Bible tells us that the power of life and death is on the tongue, right?
Yes.
Some people sometimes think, "Oh, I'm talking about my life, about me,"
Yes.
but we're projecting.
Yes.
So your tongue can actually affect your environment, your city. Who wants to listen to someone that is not talking anything serious? Like, who wants to listen to nonsense, pretty much?
Yes.
So if you're being called upon, it's because you're contributing. You're
Yes,
doing something
absolutely.
right.
That's it.
And that brings me to ask, sir, would you consider a career in public speaking? You seem to be good at it.
I mean, no, I like my career. I like finance. I like insurance. And I think that
Carlton, who doesn't like money?
the public speaking is just gonna be something that I use as a giving back, paying it forward sort of thing for the career that I have, because we're okay, but we can do more than what we get paid for sometimes, and I think this is where I can go and inspire some children. They're thinking that what does the future look like? I've had a very humble beginning, like I mentioned on the show before, and that past has not changed, and I'm still gonna use that past to basically inspire somebody else of what the outcome can be if they choose to. Someone said this to me recently, and it makes so much sense. The windshield is bigger than the rear view mirror for a reason.
Ooh.
Focus on where you're going. This is why the rear view mirror in the car is a little bit smaller. But if you look at the windshield, it's basically saying have a bigger perspective of the future.
Right.
Don't focus too much on that. What's behind you?
Well, I always find that the past is a stepping stone.
It is.
I mean, a lot of people have, past that are not so exciting or whatever, so we think. But if you didn't have that past, then you wouldn't have the great future you have.
Absolutely.
So I find that there's someone that said something about, I really can't remember the exact quote, but it's something about do not be ashamed of where you're coming from, no matter what it was. Because if you're doing the right thing, someone will be inspired by it.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter if you started as jobs that people think are not the greatest in society, right? But God knows what to do and flip that around and make you a champion for others.
Yes.
I'm very happy at the fact that you're talking to young people.
Yes.
Young people don't like listening to their parents for some reason. We all think our parents are crazy. Oh, we think they're old. You don't know nothing. We're in 24. You can't even spell Instagram. Do you even know how to log in? That kind of thing. But I'm glad that men like you in the society, just like they say, it takes a village, right? And even more beautiful is that you have a daughter.
Oh, yes.
And the way I look at it is when you invest in the young men of today's society,
Facts.
You're setting your daughter up to marry a good man tomorrow.
Yes, absolutely.
If you take the approach of, well, I have a daughter, she's cute, I take care of it, the rest of it, well, that's your business. She's going to go marry someone that you're going to be like, where you fish this guy from? But you could have contributed. Who knows? Maybe one of the young men you spoke with, would be in her path in the future as a teacher, as a mentor. Who knows? Maybe as a husband. You never know.
True.
But you would have contributed to her being blessed with
Yes.
that, you know. And thank you for doing that. It's amazing. I'm so inspired by your life, Carlton, because on the show we can prove the growth.
Yes.
We have an episode that shows us where we met you the first time,
Yep.
and we now have an episode that says, hey, the guy didn't lie.
Yeah,
you know.
absolutely.
And I hope we get to see you again for bigger victories.
Absolutely.
I think you're my favorite guest right now.
You might want to cut that one out.
Keep it coming. And we have a lot of fun with you.
Of course.
So we're actually at the end of the episode. I'm going to ask you one more time, where can we find you? Because I believe that the same way the first episode opened doors, this one will open more doors and
Many
bigger
doors.
doors.
Yes.
You know, so tell us where we can find you.
So you can find me on, again, my name on Instagram is a little funny. It's Father of Sky, because, I always want the world to know that I'm a proud father of my daughter.
Nice.
And so her name is built into my Instagram handle. Okay. You can also find me at @Eau_Carlton as well. That's my my business page. And on Facebook, Carlton Anthony Benjamin. And what else do we have? The website, www.eauclairpartners.com. My phone number is going to be on the screen.
Can we have your DNA too? Maybe your blood type?
Yeah, you want my blood type as well. Yeah, no. But seriously, the information is going to be on the screen. But yeah, let's connect. Let's connect. For sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming today,
Thank you for having me.
You look fabulous as usual.
Because we're going to your show after.
Yay! Well, thank you very much for joining us today. You've heard Carlton, and like I said, we have a provable track record. So you can actually go back and watch the first episode and see how it started.
Yes.
And clearly he has the result. He didn't just talk. He has the result. He walks the talk. Or how did they say it? You don't just talk the talk, you walk the walk. But I like the walk the talk, because you talked it and you're walking it.
That's right.
So, please connect with Carlton. I have connected with Carlton. It's been a huge blessing. I have friends who connected with Carlton. It's been a huge blessing to their family.
Yes.
And I'm sure he will be. What's best than to have a godly broker anyway? Let God take care of your money.
That's right.
Until I see you again, stay a millionaire, and God bless you. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. I believe you were blessed, uplifted, and you learned something new. The beauty of our lives is that Jesus Christ is our anchor and the center of it. If you are not born again, I would like to give you an opportunity to give your life to Jesus Christ. It is the best decision that you could ever make. And it's simple. Just repeat after me. Heavenly Father, I believe that Jesus is your Son. I believe that He died for my sins. I believe that He rose on the third day and gave me victory. I make Him Lord of my life today. I am a child of God. I am a believer. In Jesus' name I've prayed. Amen. Welcome to God's family. We are excited to have you as part of our family, and you will see that you will never be the same. Angels are rejoicing, and we join them to celebrate you. Welcome home. Were you blessed by today's broadcast and would like to be a part of it? Our sponsorship details are on the screen for your convenience. Feel free to use them as the Lord leads you. We would love to take this message of Benestelle Inspires to the rest of the world so they can be blessed as well. This is Benestelle, your favorite gospel artist, and until I come your way again, stay inspired. God bless you. King of all kings. Oh, the greatest God of all, who rules over all. King of all kings. You were no criminal. You have poured oil on me. I'm anointed. Your fire burns, oh, and I'm consecrated. I live for you. I live for you. I live for you, God. Jesus, I live for you. Anywhere you send me, I'll go. I will go. Yes, I will go. My life belongs to you. My life belongs to you. Lord, I will go. Oh, yeah. From the rising of the sun to the going down of the same, your name, Lord, shall be praised. Before time you were, I am the beginning and the end. Your name, Lord, shall be praised. To generation, you never change, Lord. You remain. That's why we praise you. Oh, from generation. Here is where I want to be. Here is where I want